said she a bop, she said I certainly ain't in love. Yeah, I know she'll say something now for a double couple bucks.
Let's just go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. How to sound like Che on Bandlabs. Alright, hold on. How to sound like Che on Bandlabs, BK on that. Let's see what he taught. Ew. Okay, hold on. Let me steal this niggas. Let me steal this dude's preset real quick. Subscribe. Are you crazy? My name's BK Onat, and I am the last Bandlab bender. The Bandlab avatar. I've mastered all portions of Bandlabs because I've been on Bandlabs for about 7 years. Hold on, let me take this pop filter off. Alright, I've been on Bandlabs for 7 years, and I'm gonna show you how to mix the realistic way. I want to learn how to mix? Bet. First thing you do, new project. Boop, boop, boop. You add in your beat. It's time for vocals. Hold on, let me just freestyle off the dome. Hold up. Yeah, I'm rapping off the dome. 556 on body, send them home. They like my body and they liking how I flow. I can't fuck with no thotty, I can't fuck with hoes on them. Got a 556 and hit it like a boat on them. Whoa, just call love, call love freestyle. What you want? Number 2, get the auto pitch right. This is how you get the auto pitch right. Song, key, finder. Boom, tune back, select files, praise God, put it in. Oh Lord, put in your beat, right? It's gonna tell you what key to use. Now, no key, it's usually on its game with the key. If it ain't, shoot, you know what to do, bro. Just put it in tune back. Alright, bet. I'm rapping off the dome. 556 on body, send them home. They like my body and they liking how I flow. I can't fuck with no thotty, I can't fuck with So now you have your boofed ass vocals, right, that you made on Bandlabs, right? Oh, blah 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 blah, right? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into the description and take the preset I gave you, right? If you want to add effects on it after, I can tell you what effects you can add on it depending on the sound that you want. I don't know the sound that you want, so that's gonna be difficult. But first, you're gonna add the preset that I put in the comments, right? I'm rapping off the dome. 556 on body, send them home. They like my body and they liking how I flow. I can't fuck with no thotty, I can't fuck with hoes on them. Got a 556 and hit it like a boat on them. I'm gonna teach you the actual mixing concept. Now I could teach you how all of these work. Actually, I might as well just tell you. All right, this adds a little bit right here, the tape sim. It's gonna add more flavor to it, like saturation almost, right? So I'm gonna play this to you and I'm gonna slowly change the drive on this and you're gonna see what it does. 556 on body, send them home. They like my body and they liking how I flow. Now it is getting a little bit louder, but in general it's adding more saturation. So if you want more saturation, like wider vocals, you can do that.
Right, de-esser, that's just going to take out S's at certain frequencies, right? You can move this, and that's the dB. That's how much it's actually taking it out, and then what frequency it's actually targeting. The comp, this is just a compressor. Basically, the threshold is at what dB it starts compressing. Ratio is how much it's compressing. Attack is how fast it's coming in compressing. Release, how fast the compression leaves. Noise gate, if you realize your vocals are cutting out a little, your noise gate is probably too high. This says, oh, if there's any noise above this certain dB, either if it's a high frequency or low frequency, if it's above a certain dB, it's going to cut it out completely. So if your noise gate, if you realize your vocals are cutting out a little bit, turn it down, bro. It's too high.
Okay, I just did like a whole lot of yapping, right? And that's because none of that actually matters realistically. You guys are probably on a phone, so realistically you're not going to do any of that. So what you're really going to be mixing with is the graphic EQ, and I'm going to show you exactly what to change depending on the sound that you want or what your vocals are doing, right? Let me just tell you the main 2 problems you need to be looking for, because that's really common in Bandlabs that I see personally, right? Number 1, thin vocals. Number 2, too much high end. When you import the preset, it's going to be at 18.7. If it's too high, turn it down, right? Now let me explain what each one of these on the graphic EQ do, all right? And I'm going to make this really simple, right? 3.2K, 6.4K. This gives sparkle, right? This is the high-end EQ. These are high frequencies, as you can see. It doesn't go any higher than 6.4 because we're not on FL Studio. 800, 400, 1.6. These are considered your mids. Actually, I would say specifically 800 to 1.6 gives more presence to your voice, and those are your mids. So if you want more presence, and I would almost even say like wider vocals, then you would want to turn these up, right? The bass of your voice is going to be the 100 and 200. So if you realize that your voice doesn't have enough bass in it and it just sounds super dry, then you would turn up the 100 and the 200. If you realize that your vocals are really thin, then what you're going to do is you're going to pump up the 800 a little and the 6.2. And what you're going to do is use this red slider. It's on mobile too. And what you're going to do is solo whatever vocals that you're trying to mix. I'm rapping off the dome. And then it's going to just repeat, and then you can just play with the knobs until it's the sound that you want. And that's basically how you mix with the EQ, right? High and too high. turn it down. And now that you know what each one of these frequencies does, it's BBQ from there. Whatever sound you want, you can get. Now I'm gonna play with these sliders while playing this sound over and over again so you can understand. I'm gonna start with the 100, and then I'm gonna go to the 800, and then I'm gonna go to the 6.4, so you know what all these frequencies actually sound like, so when you mix you can kind of identify them.
I'm rapping off the dome. 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 I'm rapping off.
So you can see the 100, pure bass, right? Now we're gonna get into the 800, which is presence.
The dome. I'm rapping off the dome. I'm rapping off the dome. I'm rapping off the dome.
Now we're gonna get into the 6.4, which is like sparkle.
Off the dome. I'm rapping 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 off the dome.
That's basically how you're going to be mixing realistically. And then of course there's stuff that you can add on top of your mix to give it like whatever sound you want, right? For example, if you're going for a really slow Jada's beat, you might want to add more reverb and just turn this up, right? And also, if you ever are confused on what something does, guys, here's a trick: ChatGPT it or look it up. For example, let's say you want a more chase sound. What you're going to do is add like you're going to add chorus symbol, and then you're going to add more filter. You're going to add a filter echo, right? Like you're just going to add whatever you need to get the sound that you want. After you do like your main mix so it doesn't like burn your ears, then you're going to go and put the dazzle in, right, to make your vocals sound good. Anyways, that's it. That's it from the last Bandlab bender of how to mix the simple way. I know we're on Bandlabs. I'm not trying to make it too complicated. If this was FL, I'd go really in depth, but there's really not a lot to this. We're kind of limited here. I know you guys, I know if I go and explain everything like in depth, that come on, like what are y'all really gonna use that knowledge? You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to give y'all what y'all actually need. Hey, stay tuned for the next one, because this is gonna be a series. I'm teaching y'all all the elements of the Bandlab avatar, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I'll catch y'all later.
Just know my money's expensive. Don't mess up my wrist. I like it when you just like you tell. I feel like I'm loving everybody except myself. Really see I can pin some pocket. I cannot shop up on my bed. No, I do not kiss and I said, babe, come here, I'll show you. We still got money on this show. I'm praising God, won't go to hell. I don't do no cash up, only so like, can you tell? I be praising God, I be damned if I go to hell.